What's going on YouTube? I'm the Brotator Chip. In today's video, we are going to try to get a perfect investigation bonus on Willow Street. Now that the Chronicle update is here, we have the new media system, and you have all these new interesting qualifications you need now to get a perfect game. One of them being the 13 unique medias. 5 unique photos, 5 unique videos, and 3 unique sound recordings. And we're going to be doing it on no evidence, no sanity, no hiding, and no grace period. But before we get into anything else with the round, I want to show you my settings real quick because I made a little bit of a tweak to them. So in case you've never seen my settings before, this will all be new to you. So we have 0 starting sanity and 0 pill restoration, so there's no way for me to have sanity at all. Sprinting is on and player speed is normal, and I have flashlights on too. The reason I have flashlights on is so everybody watching the video out there can see a little bit better. So when I'm looking at the ghost's blinking patterns per se, you'll be able to see it clear on your side as a viewer. So that's why I leave flashlights on. But honestly, in your gameplay, if you're comfortable without flashlights and you want to use the house lights only, that is totally okay. If you want to use flashlights and no house lights, you could do that too. That's your call. Now moving over to the ghost side of the settings, we have a normal ghost speed, 100% ghost speed. Activity is low, changing favorite rooms is high, roaming frequency is high. These are going to give you max multiplier settings. Event frequency is low, which can make it sometimes hard to get a photo of a ghost, and we'll get into that later. Grace period is 0, so that means if the ghost starts hunting, you're not going to hear it making a lot of sounds before it actually starts moving to come and find you. It's going to spawn and immediately start moving. So if the ghost spawns on top of you, and it starts its hunt right on top of you, you're immediately dead, and the round is over. You got to make sure you watch out for that. Always play on top of a crucifix. That's why this difficulty is so, well, difficult, no pun intended. Evidence given is 0, so we're not going to get any evidences at all. And what does that mean exactly? That means that we can't get any photos of ghost writing, UV, freezing temperatures, dots, ghosts. Like, none of those are going to be available to us. And there's a lot of photo-based evidences that are available in the new update for Chronicle. So we're missing out on a lot. And that takes us to our contract here. You're going to notice at the very bottom, I have turned on 1 cursed possession that's going to be random. And the only reason I did that, to be honest with you, is to get another potential photo. I'm still probably going to need a photo of the ghost or dirty water or something else, but at least I have another photo that I can rely on that I know is always going to be there with the bone. From there, we have the fuse box is going to start on. That way, my fuse box is already on, and that means I can test for Jinn automatically. The breaker's on. If it ever turns that breaker off throughout the round, I know immediately it's not a Jinn. That always helps me out for that regard there. Activity monitor is off, sanity monitor is off, so we have nothing inside the van to help us. Number of hiding places is none. We're going to have to loop the ghost if you want to observe it. And door starting open is high, weather is fog, but you can set that to heavy rain for a higher multiplier if you want to. So those are my settings for a 10.32 times custom. So really the only tweak that I've made to my 10.62 times custom to a 10.32 times custom is the addition of this cursed possession. And that's really only making it so I don't have to rely on some other various photo to happen during my round in order to get a perfect game. And there's 4 different types of ghost photos now, so you can get more than 1 ghost photo, but you're just never sure if it's going to happen, right? Because you have the misformed ghost photo, transparent ghost photo, a regular manifested ghost form for an event or a hunt, and then you have a dots ghost photo as well. One of those I can't even get, the dots one. And I don't know if it's ever going to go transparent, so I can't really rely on that. I don't know if it's ever going to go into a misform. I can't rely on that. What if I have an Oni and they can't do that form at all? So it's a lot of guesswork. So the curse object takes a lot of that randomness out of it. It gives me an additional photo to give me my 5 unique photos. Let's jump into the game. We're going to do this on Willow. We're going to go for a perfect game and see how it goes. Let's get in there. We're in the round, so let's get started. Now, one thing I want to be able to mention about the Chronicle update is that a lot of the supporting equipment you have in your van now is way more useful to forcing media than ever before in the game. Let me give you an example. So you have the motion sensor. The motion sensor can classify as a video. You can get a video of the ghost walking through a motion sensor and it going off. Firelight, you can get a video of the ghost blowing out a firelight. You can get audio of the ghost blowing out a firelight. Salt, you can get a video of disturbed salt happening. And for EMF readers, you can get a photo of an EMF reading of any variety. So if the ghost gives you an EMF 2, that's a photograph. And that's great because that means that you have a reason to bring an EMF reader even on no evidence gameplay. That's just a little bit of an example there. Crucifix, you can get actually all 3 of them. You can get a sound recording, a video, and a photograph from current Crucifix. So that's a good one right there. There's a lot of reasons now to bring in more equipment than ever before. So we're going to get all of this stuff inside the location and get started. But the first thing I'm going to grab is flashlight, incense, and igniter. That's not going to take up an inventory spot. and some salt for early raid tests. Now we're going to get all this stuff at the front door, so I'm not going to make you watch me bring all of it back and forth, back and forth. I will throw stuff to the door, and we'll re-meet here in a couple of seconds. At this point, everything is in the front door that I need for this round. We're just bringing in our crucifixes right now. And a call out to the crucifixes, since this is a 0 sanity, 0 grace period round, I'm going to take one of them and I'm going to throw them through the front door like I always do. That way, if the ghost is inside the living room right there and I enter inside, if the ghost hunts, it'll eat the crucifix and it'll stop the hunt from happening. It saved my life so many times. Please make sure you follow the same thing in your gameplay, especially if it's a smaller or medium-sized map. The other crucifix will stay out here with me. It'll be carried to wherever I'm going to go, probably the garage for a little bit of an early looping spot to observe the ghost. But one more call out that I want to be able to make here, and I'm not going to show you it because I don't want to burn my crucifix, but one thing that's definitely happening with this update is if you take a lantern that's lit, or any like tier of candlelight, and you throw it next to an unlit repel or an unlit smudge there, it will light it. So please make sure when you're throwing your stuff to the front door or just throwing down a firelight on the ground next to your incense that there's nothing there because it's going to burn it and it's going to waste it. I have made that mistake now twice since the new update. It is definitely infuriating. I don't want you to fall for the same mistakes as me. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's throw this to the front door and we are going to get in there. Now, the beginning of this round is going to be about ghost observation. We have to figure out what the ghost is. Then we're going to try to get media afterwards. And we're going to start probably doing videos, then photos, then sounds in that order. I like to get one at a time because I find it to be a little bit easier to manage. Because if I'm trying to multitask doing a lot of things at once, I don't really get anything done. If I try to focus at one thing at a time, I end up making a lot of progress. So let's get into it. We're going to go in 3, 2, 1. Now notice I'm holding my crucifix in my main hand. That's because when the crucifix is in your main hand like this, it still has that radius of protection. And whatever meter radius it is, depending on the tier. I think the ghost saved my crucifix at the front door. It sure did. Okay, well the ghost is going to be in the living room. See what I mean? See what I mean? That could have hunted earlier, and if I didn't have that there, that would have been a problem. Hold on, we got a photo of the ghost. The ghost did not disappear in the photo, so that is not a phantom. And we're going to get a video of that too. Lovely. Can we get a sound recording too? Probably not. Let's just let it go. Let's let it go. Okay, let's get inside of here. I'm going to save my crucifix, and it's hunting right now. Now that ghost sounds relatively normal speed to me. Listening to its footstep sounds. Yeah, normal speed. Let's take a look at it. Not a very visible ghost, not a very invisible ghost either. So I don't think this is going to be Phantom or Oni blinking. And again, to anybody new to the game, blinking is the pattern of the ghost disappearing and reappearing during the course of a hunt. See how it's not a solid figure there? It's just kind of reappearing and disappearing. That's called blinking. So if you notice your ghost is very, very visible, it could be an Oni or Deogen, although Deogen is famous for a different reason. And if it's very invisible, it's hard to see, like it's disappearing for 2 seconds at a time, that could be a Phantom. Another way to test for Phantom, and the reason I said it wasn't one, is because when you take a photo or a video of a Phantom, they will disappear. They're gone. You can still get a photo of them and everything like we did, but it still would not be able to show in the photo. It'll just say ghost photo with nothing in there. So for right now, no Phantom, no Oni. And we can also say for sure that this ghost is relatively normal speed. So what that means is it's not going to be a faster ghost. It's not going to be a Moroi with 0 sanity. The lower the sanity of the group, the faster the Moroi. We have 0 sanity, the Moroi would be super fast right now. This ghost is not. A Fae, if we have an agent inside of the ghost room every so many minutes or seconds, it's based on a time frame. It's not a solidified time that it gets aged inside of its ghost room or within 3 meters of the ghost. It would be very, very fast right now since we have not used the age mechanic, so it's not going to be fast enough for a Fae either. Oh, we got a ghost saying hello again. And I'm keeping an eye on the blinking patterns here too because I want to see if it's going to do Obaki shapeshift. On the 12th blink of the hunt, the Obaki will morph into a different ghost model for like a split second and then go back into the ghost form that it was. But I am not seeing that. I didn't see it on the first hunt, I didn't see it now, so we're going to say no Obaki shapeshift. Also, if the ghost gets faster the longer it sees you, that's called line of sight speed. If the ghost has line of sight speed, it can't be a Fae, Deogen, Hantu, or Revenant. Those ghosts don't have that ability. Their speed is based on another factor, whether it's vision, whether it's temperature, whether it's distance, whether it's age. So it's not going to be based on seeing you. It's going to get stagnant at a certain speed and then it's going to stay there. It's going to be that fast forever during the hunt. So no Deogen, no Revenant, no Hantu. And we did have a flashlight on during the course of the hunt as well, if I'm not mistaken anyway. And I know I definitely have some electronics in the living room where the ghost is, so if it was a Raiju, it would be very fast around active electronics during a hunt. And this ghost is not, so it's not going to be Raiju either. And I think it's safe to say that the ghost was not super fast when it saw me from 3 meters or more away with the power on the moment it got into this room. Like, I was back here, and the ghost did not speed up on me the moment it saw me. So that would be a Jin speed boost. That's when the power is on, the ghost is 3 meters or more away from you. It goes from normal speed to a very fast speed at an instant in that moment. And that did not happen, so no Jin speed boost. Now, we haven't repelled the ghost at all yet, and we probably should, because what we're going to do is we're going to allow for a demon and a spirit timer. Oh, didn't even last long enough. I didn't even know it was hunting. I didn't hear anything. There's possibilities this could be a myling. And look at this, we got a bone right there too. We can grab a photo of the bone before we do anything else. Let's go in here. Salt, photo, camera, go back in the ghost area. One salt going down to the front of the door to check for Wraith. Wraith won't be able to walk in salt. Oh, it's hunting again. Wait a minute. It's hunting again. No wonder I couldn't hear it during the last hunt. It's hunting in the basement right now. It's no longer inside the living room. Well, this is odd. Went from hunting in the living room a few times to now randomly hunting inside the basement. I'm going to do a repel, and we're going to start a repel timer. And we're going to wait for the ghost to stop hunting again. There we go. It stopped hunting. Now, it did walk in salt, so obviously it's not going to be a Wraith. If the ghost hunts after 3 minutes of me repelling it, like I just did, that would probably be a spirit or maybe a shade, because on a 0 sanity round, you would expect it to hunt way more frequently. But if the ghost decides to hunt after the repel between 60 seconds and less than a minute and 30, that's going to be a demon. That's an early hunt. Let's go grab a photo of the bone before we forget to do so. Nice, we got the bone photo. So now we got 3 photos right up in front. So that we haven't even figured out the ghost yet, so we're doing pretty good. But we got the 1 video as well. Let's grab another incense so we have it on us, just in case the ghost decides to hunt again. And I think the ghost is hunting again. The ghost is hunting again at exactly 60 seconds after the repel. So that means that this ghost is either a demon because it hunted early, too early for the repel timer, or it's a mimic mimicking a demon. So that's the case we have here. Let's let it come in here. We're going to outlast the hunt. Now, I'm not going to lie. This round is going to be tricky now, because if this is a demon that has the ability to early hunt between that 60-second, less than a minute and 30 mark, then that means that we're not going to have a lot of time to get a lot of evidence done, or media evidence, I should say, because it's going to keep hunting us over and over again with 0 sanity. This is going to be tricky, but we're going to try our best. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a video camera, and I'm going to try to get a video of the ghost during an actual hunt, because that is another type of video evidence you could get. And I'm going to move my motion sensor over here, too, to see if I can get a video of motion sensor being walked through and the ghost hunting at the same time. And for the repel timers, by the way, one thing I want to be able to note is most normal ghosts in Phasmophobia can hunt after a minute and 30 seconds of being cleansed or repelled with an incense stick. So anything earlier or anything way later is just abnormal. And that's what we're kind of looking for here with the spirit and demon repel timer test. One thing I want to do as well, because I want to make sure I'm practicing safety when I'm doing the 0 sanity rounds here in the 0 grace period, is I'm going to play on top of a crucifix. Because if some reason the ghost decides to roam up here, who knows why, and it spawns on top of me, I need to make sure it eats that crucifix before it eats me. And that's a really big thing with these 0 sanity rounds, the 0 grace period, is because you have no grace period to run away if that ghost spawns on top of you. You have to be ready for everything. So these crucifixes, for me in these rounds, is so incredibly important. And do you hear the ghost hunting? It should be making its way up. I'm going to hit the right click button and be ready for this. Got it. Going to crouch down below the countertop so it can't see me behind here. And it's going to run into the, well, I believe the living room. And it's coming back now. Going that way. Might even go back down to the basement. It's done. What do we get on the video there? We got hunting ghost, perfect. So I didn't end up getting the media for the motion sensor because it was coming at me a little bit too quickly, but we did end up getting something, so that's good. So the ghost room is definitely down to the basement. We know that for sure. And by the way, if you don't know how I was able to lose that ghost, when you turn off your electronics and you don't have an open microphone on, and you crouch below this countertop, it can't see you below this countertop. So there's a possibility it may not look for you there. It may just say, oh, I don't know where you went, and then just go about its business. So this is also a good way to crouch loop, because you're going to be able to loop the ghost around here, and it's not going to be able to gain line of sight speed on you. So it's a very safe method of looping. So at this point of the game, what really needs to happen is I need to go to where the ghost room is, and we're going to have to start getting some sort of video evidence and whatever different objectives we have for the round in general. So I'm going to have to go down there, bring my thermometer, figure out where the coldest room is, bring down crucifixes so it doesn't hunt me when I'm down there as well, and just try to make the best of it. Okay. Let's get a thermometer down there real quick, and I'm going to bring a crucifix too. Maybe just one crucifix? Let's get the crucifix down there first, because this is a demon. Demons can hunt every 20 seconds without sanity, or just low sanity in general. And normal ghosts can hunt every 25 seconds. So demons can hunt at a little bit of a quicker interval than other ghosts can. Got my thermometer. We're going to go down there and check for tempies. And the demon's whole ability is to be able to actually bypass sanity threshold, and it'll really eat that. So it can really hunt whatever it wants. I'm assuming that the hallway is going to be the ghost room. It does seem to be so. We're going to have to get a photo of that burned crucifix, and I'm going to have to bring down more equipment quickly. Let's bring our motion sensor down. I have a feeling it's going to totally consume this crucifix before I even get everything set up. And the demon has a bigger radius to get crucified than any other ghost in the game, so even one crucifix down there is going to take up a big portion of that hallway. Bring down firelight, so maybe you can blow that out for a video. Throw that down. And we're going to bring down the video camera now. Checking the light switch to make sure it's movable, so I can make sure that it's not hunting already, so I'm not walking down into a hunting ghost. Okay. All right, there we go. We got a video of burned crucifix there. That's perfect. Now, if it were to go ahead and walk through my motion sensor, blow up my firelight, those could be other video evidences as well. There we go. We got firelight blown out. How many videos do I have? I got 4. I need 1 more. Man, a motion sensor would be great, but I'm going to get out of this area because I don't have a crucifix down there anymore. That crucifix is totally depleted. And a quick shout out as well about the crucifixes in the game now. Since the Chronicle update, you can no longer rely on the fact that you have a red burning crucifix on the floor to let you know that the crucifix is depleted, because the game now has an opportunity to cool down that crucifix and get rid of that red glow. So it's possible that a crucifix may have a normal color on the floor, but totally be eaten and not protect you at all. So make sure you always look at the crucifix. Don't rely on the color to be the indication that it's totally used up. Oh, I wasn't expecting it to be up here already. Wonder if we can kind of juke it. Coming that way, I'm going this way. See you later. Going behind the countertop. Don't think it's come back here. Think we'll be okay. Sounds like it's going back down the hallway. And it's done. Perfect. Now, my other crucifix is inside here, and it's only got 1 bite left. So that's not much. That's not much at all. Now, we could decide to get a video of Salt. The only problem with that is if I get a video of Salt or something else during a ghost hunt, there's probably a good chance that it's going to give me a video of the ghost hunt. And we already have a video of ghost hunting, so I don't want a duplicate of a ghost hunting video. So really, all this stuff from this point on needs to happen outside of a hunt to make sure I don't get a duplication. I think the best scenario here is going to be to repel the ghost and then go down there to try to get a video of motion sensor. And maybe get some sounds too. Sounds is big. I don't have any sounds right now. My sound recorder's over here by the front door. I got it. I'm gonna go bring it towards the door to the basement, so that way I have it nearby and readily accessible. We'll have it oh, wait a minute, we got something? Oh, well, that was cool. I wasn't expecting to get a sound recording right there. What was it? Let's see. Let's go to media. Let's go to sound. Paranormal groaning. Alrighty then. Cool. One less thing to worry about. Now, other possible sounds I like to go for on No Evidence gameplay is blowing out a firelight and burning a crucifix. Those two are the easiest ones because more than likely it's going to eat your crucifix, and blowing out a firelight really isn't that big of a deal. It will do it eventually if you're inside the correct ghost room. So those are two that I like to go for if possible. Ghost is back up here. I'm going to repel it right now. Got the sound recorder. Ghost is behind me. Going inside here behind the shelf. And the hunt is over. Perfect. Down to the basement, got my video camera again. It threw something, but I'm not sure what it threw. It might have thrown it in this room. That might be the ghost room now. Oh, turn on a light. Hold on. There we go. We got a video evidence of light being turned on. You know what we could do as well? We could go outside into the van so we don't have to be down here with this demon. And we can get video evidence from there as well. So I don't know if anybody's seen that yet or not, but I could show you how it works. We're going to go outside, go into the van. And at the CCTV camera, the new station that's set up with this update, which I think is pretty cool to all the van princes out there who want to just be inside the van to be able to get videos for their team. You go here, click into it, go to video cameras. I'm going to go to my only video camera I have, video camera 1. And down here, you're going to hit the REC button. This is record. If you want to turn off the NV, that's night vision. You can turn that on and off as you see fit. So if it goes through that motion sensor or blows out that firelight, that's going to automatically, from this view, give us a video recording. So that's a good way to be able to do this without having to be in harm's way, especially when you have a more dangerous ghost like a demon. Now, I will definitely say one thing I've experienced with this kind of camera setup inside of the van here and trying to get video evidence is it's very particular about where the object is that you're trying to record. If it's not somewhere near the center of the video feed and it's more towards the bottom, it may not actually pick up the video at all. So make sure it's very centralized inside the video camera. There we go. Fire extinguishing. We just got one. Perfect. That was great. Let's see how many more we need. Actually, that was the last one we need. We got unique for all of these. All the videos are done. For the photos, we can get EMF reading, and we can also get one of the cursed object, which I have to figure out what it is. I'm not sure what it is, but we'll find out. Might have been the tarot cards when I walked in. I thought I saw them. I'll double check again. And then we need 2 more paranormal sounds as well. Let's get back in there. And I'm actually going to bring in another firelight for another opportunity at getting some paranormal sounds in the sound recording from blowing out the firelight. I think that'll be very helpful. Bring this over to the staircase. Why is there a ramp? Oh, you know what? I think there was an EMF reading just now because it teleported the mannequin there. The mannequin gets teleported from wherever the ghost is. So if the mannequin is down in the basement like it currently is, it has an opportunity to teleport that mannequin away to somewhere else. That's exactly what just happened. I have to kind of go behind this car and just try to loop it because I don't have an incense on me right now. It's by the front door. But that would have been an awesome opportunity to have gotten an EMF reading photo. It's done. Perfect. Ooh. By the way, to anybody who doesn't know, because this has got to be dead a couple times now, for whatever reason, when you're looping around this car, please don't get too close to these side view mirrors here, because sometimes you're just going to get wedged between that mat there and that side view mirror, or you're going to get stuck on this side view mirror and you won't be able to move. It's happened to me too many times now to even count, and it's super infuriating because you want to be able to hug the car tightly and be very close to it so that way the ghost doesn't see you, but at the same time, it could be leading you to your death. Okay, we got the incense here. I got it on me. We do have tarot cards. That's a photo. So now we got another unique photo. Lovely. I think we should bring over the EMF reader to the door. We could even get an EMF reading of like the door itself. So do we have to go downstairs? That'd be great. Probably unlikely, but it could be great. I got the photo camera on me. Actually, let's get the firelight over here too. And if we had to, we could always get a sound recording of the ghost hunting itself. We could do that. What's up? Now, you see what I mean before with, like, this is like a game of cat and mouse. You're constantly just trying to do stuff in between the times where the ghost is hunting over and over again on the zero sanity. So these rounds do take a long time on no evidence if you're trying to get perfect games. But you do get a lot more rewards in XP now than you did before based on the new reward multiplier system. No EMF reading there, unfortunately. I'm gonna put down one thing of salt. There's my other crucifix I lost. It was sitting underneath my salt container. Thank goodness I found it. All right, that's pretty big. Let's get this downstairs then. Oh, that didn't work. I better run. I don't have any stamina right now. Oh boy, boy, boy. Oh boy. I might have to repel. I got no stamina. Let's see. Might be able to make this work. I think we made it work. If I would have left my electronics, though, he would have got me for sure, because he kind of lost me there for a few seconds because I didn't have my flashlight on and he didn't know where I went. So it's very important to keep your electronics off during the hunt because it could save your life. Oh, EMF reading. Last photo, let's go. Perfect, perfect. Okay, come here, sound recorder. It's your time to shine. Sound recorder, we gotta get the firelight down there too. All right. I got the recording playing. So if it tries to hunt anywhere near me, especially since it's a demon, it'll eat that crucifix and hopefully blow out that firelight too. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm even gonna light this one over here to give me an extra opportunity. So for my last recordings, crucifix, back off that right there. Now if it could blow out a firelight, that would be tremendous. But I'm kind of nervous about being down here because it's gonna hunt again. You know what? Let's go ahead and go upstairs. Let's not even chance it. Let's go up here. Let it hunt again. Repel it. And then go downstairs. Or maybe I'll just try to go for the sound recording of the hunt and not even worry about it. We could do that too. I might give that a go. A little bit riskier, but could be worth. I think I hear the ghost hunting down there. Here it comes. Hopefully that worked. I don't think it was long enough, unfortunately. I think I needed to hit the recording button longer than I did. Nope, we didn't get it. Okay. Yeah, it's a little bit tricky when you're trying to do it that method. Let's go back downstairs and see if we can get it on the firelight. It did blow one of them out. I got something. Paranormal talking. And let's go. We gotta move. We gotta move. Ghost gonna hunt again any second. Running upstairs. And we'll check our journal now that we're in a little bit of a safer zone. We got ghost. We did get the ghost hunting. Wow, it wasn't showing there at first, but we did get it. Okay. Took a second to populate. Maybe you had to wait for the hunt to actually officially end to be able to populate it there. Very cool. Let's get out of this house. Let's see what we got here. Quick overview of everything we got. All 3 objectives are completed, which we need for a perfect game, so that's good. We have 5 unique photos. One of them is the bone, so we know we have the bone collected. Unique all around. We have 5 unique videos here. We have 3 unique sounds. And we have demon now circled in our journal. It is time to get out of here and go claim our perfect investigation with no evidence, no sanity, no hiding, and no grace period. That was a pretty good round. And it was very tricky because of the demon and that quick hunting time, but we still made it work because we knew what kind of media is to force it, how to force it. That way we can make things happen. We weren't sitting around and waiting.
Welcome back.
Demon. Perfect investigation. 5,505 experience. A perfect investigation. Giving me $225. And outside of that perfect investigation bonus, we got $131 in XP from the media alone. And remember, that's because with the new reward multiplier system inside of the Chronicle update, whatever money you make for media gets multiplied by your multiplier for your difficulty settings. So my media got multiplied by 10.32. That gave me a lot more XP than I would have got otherwise before the Chronicle update. So it's not like the amount of time and effort you put into perfect games now isn't worth your while. It is. I think it just depends on how long it's going to take to get that perfect game. And my rule of thumb currently has been, if it takes longer than 10 additional minutes to my round to get a perfect game, get out of there and go to the next one. It's probably not worth the ROI, the return on investment, for the amount of XP you're going to make on that round. At least not to me personally. If you're in it just to go ahead and get the thrill of getting a perfect game and getting that prestige, then definitely go about doing it. You got to play the game the way that you want and the way that's fun for you. But I think that this was a good round in total. And always remember, if you're feeling frustrated because you're just waiting around, trying to get sounds to happen, trying to get videos and photos, there's always things you could do inside the game, like we just did with that round, to force media evidence to happen. Putting down a firelight, putting in a crucifix, putting down a motion sensor, putting down stalls, getting it to do those things, and knowing when it's going to do those things and in the right spot, so that way you can be there to scoop up that sound recording in that video before it goes away and you miss your opportunity. And if you have a multiplayer experience, if you have more than one player, have one person put down salt and the other person holding the video camera to get video of the salt when it gets stepped through immediately. You could always do that too. You could make it a teamwork effort. There's ways to make this easier, especially with the sound recordings. I will admit that sound recordings can be a little RNG to try to get, That's why I specify and I try to get the things that I know I could get. Crucifix burns, firelight blowouts, etc. Ghost hunting sounds. Those are things I know are going to happen, and I don't have to wait for them. I can even force some of them to happen depending on my cursed object. That's always a bonus to me. So I hope you all enjoyed this episode. I hope you're enjoying the Chronicle update. Let me know your feedback down in the comment section below. Would love to hear what you're feeling about this update. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Happy ghost hunting, and of course, more importantly than anything else, stay crispy.